going on, YouTube? Just want to make a quick video for those of us who have m2c parts on their Kratons. And so I'm over here fighting with this rear chassis brace, tower brace. And the problem is that because the RPMs are so thick right here, it's touching right at the bottom of the m2c rear tower brace. So in order for me to try to make this fit, the hole won't line up right here where the pin goes through. I can't get it to line up because it's not sitting flush up against the tower because of that. So if you have all these upgrades, m2c towers and m2c rear tower brace for the Kraton 6S version 5 or EXB, you're gonna have to shave plastic off the very top right here on the RPM arm in order to make this work and sit flush up against the shock tower. So I've been going at it for like 30 minutes now, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't lining up. The holes weren't lining up right here, this hole with this hole, and that's why. So I either have to take this wing mount off and use it on another vehicle, or shave a little bit off the top there so that this can sit flush up against the shock tower, so that this hole can line up and I can put the pin through there. What a pain in the butthole. But anyways, this is the new RPM wing mount design. So you have this skid plate here that has this piece, and you have your regular wing mount, and then you get this thing here which bolts on to the bottom like that, and then like that, and then you get one solid piece, and that adds rigidity to the wing mount, so it's not snapping off that easy. But man, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, they tried to do a good thing by beefing up the wing mount, but they kind of forgot to think about everybody that has upgrades and other stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. I could shave some off, but it just sucks. It's a brand new wing mount. But yeah, that's what I wanted to point out to you guys. The part number, if you do want to get this wing mount, is right here. Where is it? It's 81802. HD wing mount system for 6S versions of the Kraton and related models. Replaces the wing mounts from Arma AR320347. Yep. Anyways, so this is my rig. I got a 1650 kV Castle motor paired with a Mamba Monster X8S, running a 22 tooth pinion stock spur, Team Brood fan. I was running these 40mm fans on the Mamba Monster X8S. They bolt right up. The problem is when you bash hard and you land hard, or you nosedive really bad, the weight of this fan literally breaks the fan cover right here, the fan shroud. It'll break it right off. I've had 3 or 4 break like that, so I stopped running these fans on the Monster X8S and decided to go back to these 40mm smaller fans, and they seem to be doing their job at keeping it cool. I was having heat issues a few months ago with this ESC. Turned out I did call Castle because I couldn't figure out why it was happening. If all summer I didn't have any issues, and then winter came and then I started having issues. So I called Castle and they said to check my connections, that I might have a cold solder joint somewhere. So I did recheck those and that was all fine. Couldn't find anything. Took it back out, went to run it, and like 30 seconds into the run it started cogging really bad, and it pretty much shut itself off. So then I went to go check the motor wires, and the motor wires just came off. Like this one, I think it was, just came off the cup on the bottom. It had somehow desoldered itself from the bullet that goes into the ESC. So I resoldered those, and now it's running like a champ again. So if you guys ever have issues with your ESC overheating out of the blue, when it, like, you haven't changed gearing and you haven't done anything major to the car, and all of a sudden your Mamba X8S starts acting weird and overheating, check your solder joints. Check your solder joints here, and your connectors there, or maybe even in the back of the motor too, because that will make the ESC act up like that and go into thermal. Yep. So I got this No Superior Design RC, what do you call that? Man, can't remember what that's called. You know what it's called. With Rash Schriffen Monster Perfect Pass servo. It's all right, I guess. I mean, I have AGF servos, 55 kg servos, and I think they're pretty comparable to this. But this one is definitely cheaper. Well, when I bought it, it was cheaper than the AGF RC servos of the same kg. Hot Racing belt crank, m2c towers, m2c shock caps and pistons, and then I de-anodized the brace, the tower-to-tower brace, the upper hinge pin brace I de-anodized, and I also de-anodized the top plate, this thing right here, and the braces also. Those are EXB braces, but I de-anodized them using caustic soda, I believe. Yeah, you can still barely see the EXB logo on there. But these were all beat up. All the red anodizing had been chipped away. So I decided to just remove it, and it looks pretty clean. I like it. I like the raw aluminum look. So yeah, this is my my rig, my Kraton EXB. This thing is a tank. Oh, and I also got a bit of on bulkheads, front and rear, and that is a Scorched RC. Shit, what is it called? Scorched RC A block, or front hinge pin holder. I don't know, whatever. And we also got a bit of on what do you call it? A bit of on rear hub carriers that I de-anodized. These were originally red, and de-anodized these I like that. And those are the front Vidavon's knuckles. So that's what the rears used to look like, and now they look like that. And we also got the Proline hex, aluminum hex adapters in there. Those aren't cheap. Oh look, blue Loctite all over my wheel. Great. So that's my rig, and hope you guys enjoyed the tour of my Kraton 6S EXB, and I hope I can help anybody out there wondering why their RPM wing mount doesn't fit with their m2c rear support system there. And if you have a Mamba X8S and it's acting up and it's overheating all of a sudden when you haven't made any changes to your gearing or anything, it could be a cold solder. Actually, this motor, I bought it used from another YouTuber, RC Recon, I believe his name is. And I mean, obviously I didn't check it. I just, put it together and ran it. It ran fine all summer. And then it started doing that. So I took off all the heat shrink from all three of these just to check them. And one was okay. The one in the middle was barely holding on, like the wire was at the tip of the bullet. It was weird. I don't know if he did that, and he's just a bad solder guy, solderer, but or it came like that from the factory. But whatever, I fixed it, no big deal. So yeah. All right, guys, this is Dose RC out. Thanks for checking out the video. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you have questions, and let me know what you guys think. Dose RC out.